fabulous little place. I believe this is called, let's see if I can get this anywhere near right, Twin, or something like that. I don't think there's any vowels in the name. The light didn't appear up at the lakes, which I had a feeling it wouldn't. The mist came in, there's a huge bank of cloud. So I skipped home, had some breakfast, a cup of tea, and decided to come out for a drive. I've got my sand feet with me, but I've left them in the car. I had in mind to come to a beach and do some wide-angled stuff, really emphasising the foreground. But I haven't managed to do that yet, I don't think. But these radar poles, at least I'm presuming that's what they are, the radar cages. I've seen red ones before, I've never seen green ones, but they immediately caught my eye. There's this one here, as you can see, and then there's that one stood out on its own. And as you can see, the tide is coming in rapidly. Now, what I did, I had a quick scrabble up some rocks, and because the tide was coming in, I didn't really want to be talking to you, because I thought, that could get quite interesting. So let's see if I can just get back up to where I was. Well, the rocks are actually surprisingly slippy, although they're dry. There we go. There we are. So I was basically stood here and using the V formed by the rocks with the gorgeous green moss on it. I'm sorry if the wind's sort of catching and spoiling the audio a bit. It's quite breezy. And then there's a little gap where I'm really hoping I've got the centre of the radar pole. I popped the 10 stop on. It was a long exposure, but it was only, I think it was 20 seconds with polariser and 0.6 ND Grad to reduce the brightness of the sky. So we start off with the grey rocks, then we pick up the lovely green of the, I'm presuming it's seaweed, some sort of sea moss, and then we have the radar. I think it actually worked quite nicely. So let me just see if I can stick it down. Sometimes it works. Now I'm just going to try and get down from here without breaking my neck. Well, it was a lot easier coming up, I think. Let's just go around here. Let's get out of the wind. The other reason I couldn't talk to you when I was up there, I was shielding the camera on the tripod from the wind because it was a bit breezy. I didn't want any camera shake. I've no idea what the time is. I think it must be around about 11 o'clock by now. And the temperature gauge in the car said 21 degrees, I think, which isn't bad at all. On the coast, you can tell it's warm. I've got my arms out. And the second reason for having my arms out is my allergy is itching like mad with the heat from having my jacket on. There's a few of the wooden groins you can see. Beautiful detail in the greenery, and if I wasn't feeling so lazy I would actually go back and get my boots. Let's turn you around that way because the sun's coming in towards us. So yeah, as I say, I think it's called Twin, T-Y-W-R-Y-N, I believe, but I'll pop the name up here somewhere. The water is a gorgeous turquoisey colour, really not what I would have expected from Wales. And the beach is beautifully clean. Really, I've not spotted a single piece of litter yet. So anyway, this is Twin Beach. And a jolly damn nice place it is. I mean, how fabulous must it be living in or renting these little holiday homes? These ones maybe not so much because you've got the wall, but the ones down there you can actually see out your lounge room, out your lounge window, and look straight out over the sea. That's just wonderful. So I'm beginning to feel chilled. It's been a good morning and plans are now sort of falling into place. A little bit of coastal work, a little bit of mountains, a little bit of water. Yeah, it's going to be a good couple of days. See you in a while. Well, this is just a really quick one. I mentioned earlier about using the wide-angle lens to really emphasise the foreground. Hello! And I've been looking for a subject that might suit. In all fairness, I've struggled a little bit this morning. I'm probably not in the right location. I know in my mind what I want to see to allow me to do that, but I haven't seen it yet. But as I'm walking back along the front, which is fairly pleasant, in the sunshine, I spotted these. Now, I don't know what these flowers are called. I know I've got them in the garden at home. And these lovely rocks. So I thought, well, we'll have a go. So I popped the 10-20 on. Didn't get the tripod out because I wanted to get really low to avoid the caravans at the back. I didn't want that in. I just wanted rocks, flowers, sky. I think I was out at 10 mil, so I was almost on top of them. And a very peculiar angle. There's some builders on the house over to my left-hand side. You might be able to see them up there. And they were having a very good laugh at me. And my backside poking up in the air, trying to get in the right angle. And I've sort of concentrated on the big white rock round here and just got that bunch of pinky flowers in. I did one including this little bunch here without including the tarmac because that kind of spoils the effect. The handheld, I was getting 400th of a second, which there's a bit of a breeze, and I think it was enough to freeze the action, freeze the movement in the flowers. And then I tried this here, got this lovely grey rock and this little pink flower. And again, I was down low enough so that you couldn't see any of the wires in the background, you couldn't see the house. It was a very odd position to get into. So it'll be quite interesting to see if that works. I'll post them up if it does. Bye! Good evening. Well, the sole purpose of this trip was to come to Grad Lakes and get a shot of the boathouse with a reflection. Because you've probably noticed I kind of quite like reflections. This morning's weather wasn't favourable, although there was a beautiful sunrise. I've been studying the weather forecast in the vein that they've got it right. And it's, I don't know, 8 o'clock. We're getting a little bit of a reflection. It's not the easiest of places to get a composition. There's stones in the water. You can see one just there. The position I'm shooting in, that's not actually in frame. And we're getting actually some quite nice light down on there. The sun's setting over behind us. So we're getting some quite nice light on the hill and a little bit on the boathouse. The wind is dropping down, allegedly at about 9 o'clock, so probably about another 45-50 minutes. The wind is going to drop completely. Whether the sun has completely disappeared at that point, I'm not sure, because if it drops over the hill, we won't get any light on that. Job's going to be buggered. Excuse my French. Having said that, if the sky above it lights up, because we have got some relatively decent, whee, there we go. Anyway, we've got a bit of cloud detail up there. Then we may still be on for a shot. Now, I had considered going to the coast to do tonight's sunset shoot. I called down to the place I was at earlier, only a little bit further along, and there's some gorgeous, gorgeous groins, huge boulders, but the view out to sea is just hazy, ridiculously hazy. So just excuse me, I'm just going to grab the remote trigger and do another image. Now I've got it set up with the 10 stop on because we did have some ripples. I'm at f11 ISO 100 and the image I got earlier was 87.5 seconds. The 0.5 is all important. Now we've lost a bit of ambient light, so that may have to increase. I'm using the polariser and the 10 stop. I'm not feeling the need to use any Grad filters. Although the mountain itself is dark, if I put a Grad filter on, even if I bring it down to the water's level, it's going to darken the mountain a bit too much, so I'm not going to bother with that. And the farmer's just losing his rag with the sheep. I don't know if you'll be able to see these. Just over there, that big white blodge, that's a great big flock of sheep. And it's gloriously quiet up here, apart from the sheep barring and the farmer shouting at them. Or he might have been shouting at the sheepdog, who looks to be currently chasing around like a total loon. So I've had a really lazy day today. I've had a troll round. I've been down to the beach. I think I sat at the tent in the midday heat, had some lunch and just relaxed, which is not something I tend to do when I'm away. I'm tending to run around like an idiot all over the place. I'm not sure. Oh, we have action over there. That white lump that you can see is actually the herd of sheep running away. I think they thought they were going in and the farmer had other ideas. Let's have a look at that. Actually, that was 80 seconds. That was a shorter exposure. Yeah, I think that's worked out quite well. So I'm going to grab some tea while I'm here. I bought the, that's the beauty of camping, you just pack everything up and take it with you. I bought water, I brought the kettle with me. I'm going to do the food, by which time it'll be about 9ish. And with a bit of luck, the wind will have dropped right off. The car park, let's just spin you around, where are we going, is literally just over there, where that signpost is. So I should be able to keep a close eye on what's happening with the wind. And if the whole of the lake drops down, it opens up loads of compositions, because there's some really nice foreground rocks here. Big one there, there's some smaller ones here. Twizzly around here, we've got a whole area of little rocky bits there, which would actually work really nicely. I did manage to get a couple of shots from the far bank. Where are we going? Just over here. But I felt it was too head-on. It was kind of two-dimensional, which was not the aim. I wanted a bit of 3D-ness, so it didn't just look like a facade on the far side of the water. So anyway, I'm going to go get some dinner. That sounds really posh, doesn't it? It's pot pasta with chicken. And I will, if I don't catch up with you later on, I'll pop any images I've got. Thanks ever so much for watching. Your comments are absolutely marvellous. It's really great. Thanks for all the subscriptions. It is appreciated. And I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.